Okay, so this is all the hand-picked stuff that we've got from Bulk Vintage. We're Supreme Vintage on Depop, so if you want to check our stuff, go on Supreme Vintage on Depop. And let's find out what happened. So I'm sure a lot of people have bought stuff from Bulk Vintage, and sometimes they buy stuff and it's not what they want. So initially what happened was we bought you know, the £700 bills, I think it was sweatshirts and stuff, and we weren't really happy about what we got. So there weren't, I think there was only about 2 or 3 branded, and even then they were very modern and so on. £700 wasn't worth it. So we sent them a message. They said, you know what, we'll take it back. They sent someone to collect the items the next day, and then they organized a hand pick. So we got 3 boxes. They refunded us about 540. Initially we paid what, £600, and then we spent 1,200 for the rest of the items. So they deducted the amount, and this is the stuff that one of the guys picked up. So if anyone's done a virtual hand pick, what you do is they call you, you tell them what you want, they hang up, and then they go look for it, and then they bring it back, and then you just say yes or no to the items. So it spends about 3 hours to hand pick. So let's start. Anyway, so this is the shell jacket, and it's got the back print there. So it's got the spell out and so on. Another one here, this is quite nice. It's got the mesh look, and again the spell out logo, if you can see it. That's just a normal simple top. It's quite hard to find spell out jumpers, even if it is hand picked. The reason because they said it as well, you have to spend £1,000 at least to get the hand picked stuff. So I mean, you got to see, I really like this one. I mean, Chicago Bulls, Chicago on the back, that should do well. And then I've sold one of these before, and luckily I've found the Yankees one. It does weight a bit, but I mean, people do like these. It's quite a clean piece. Now again, I said earlier that it comes in 3 boxes, so this is my second one. And the thing about hand picks online is you need to know what you want to get, because some people they call them and then they say that they only actually had like 15-20 minutes on a phone call, and what happens is they ask you what you want, you tell them, and then they go look for it. And obviously it's always best to go on your own and select the items you want, because you know what you're getting. But again, I did a hand pick before. Unluckily I didn't get any spell out stuff, so this time around let's see. So these are fleece chaps. I kind of like these chaps, Ralph Lauren. It's a sweatshirt. It's not like the knitted ones, because you find loads of them. Again, another one. So fleece, they're all like more or less grade A stuff. You might get a few marks here and there. They might not pick up on it. I really like this one. It's an old school chaps. I mean, Tommy Hilfiger. This is really cool. This should do well. Another fleece one as well. So I know it's the season's nearly over for the winter, but I mean, it's really still worth buying, I think. So this is quite cool. This is a banger, this one, and I think this should make us a few, like 100 plus. The reason why I'm saying that is I bought one from Fox Vintage, I think, and they gave me a navy one, and I sold it for quite high, so this should do well as well. Again, I bought Nauticas before. They don't do as well as often, but I mean, some of the pieces just people love it. So this is quite a cool one. And you're going to find loads of Nautica and all of that, so make sure you check us out. This is quite a cool one as well. I love these ones, the Tommy Hilfiger fleece. And this is a solid one. This is one of my favorite, I think, as well. That's a size M. I might actually keep this one. And then Polo Sport, again, we've had some stuff like that before, and they do all right. I mean, again, we are kind of moving away from the winter, so they might sit. To be honest, I don't really care. At the end of the day, stuff that I like. It's quite a weird looking one, but again, it's just different. So, I mean, in terms of handpick, they're a lot more pricier than what you'd get in a sack. Sack, you might get it by the kilo, so they might work around 10-15 pound on the kilo. But like some of these, like I paid about 30 pounds for it or so. I think this one I paid about 30 or something like that. It's quite cool. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the speller on there, size XL. This is a really cool one. I really like this. So again, green with the like a grey or a cream. So a lot of fleece. And I think the reason why they've been sitting around a lot is because obviously we're moving away from the winter. We're coming closer to the summer. So I think a lot of people miss them out. When it comes to spell out tops, it's really hard to find them. So you might just need to look at other things. This one's quite cool. Ralph Lauren fleece, again, a lot of people love these. Simple sometimes. This is quite nice, got the chaps on the pocket area. I really like some of these. I mean, Reebok, I think it's quite cool. Zipper might need replacing or something like that. It's alright, it's quite puffer, it's nice. I love these ones, it's just quite simple. Sometimes, I mean, for the personal as well, it's quite good. So I might keep that one actually. I think, even though this is a bit worn, I'm a big fan of this one. The reason why is because, look at that. I mean, I might have seen that on their site, to be honest. It's got print crack here, the white logo and so on. I mean, this is quite cool, nice for the summer. Again, in terms of spell outs, this is what you're gonna expect. So this is not really a vintage piece, it's more of a modern one, but I mean, it's still nice. So I think you're gonna like that one. Again, Adidas, it's not really, I mean, it is quite, it's got the black tag, it's got the print screen at the back, it's got a couple of marks, but I mean, what do you expect with the more older piece? You get something which is a bit worn. I mean, old school Champions, they're quite good. I mean, you always get the plain ones, but I think having it quite different is quite nice. And then an old school Adidas piece. So I think this might be girls. It might be, it's got a white tag, it's not really old school actually. I mean, it's still quite nice. And then I don't know if people remember the Kickers brand. You see a lot of kids wear it in terms of shoes for their school uniform, but I mean, the jumpers back then was quite cool. So that's quite nice as well. Right, so this is the third box out of the three. Again, altogether, it came at, I think it was about 1200, but then I got a refund for 540 for the sweatshirt bail that I bought. And I returned the sweatshirt bail because I wasn't too happy about it. But I mean, I think when Phil saw it, he said it immediately. He goes, "Yeah, man, that's not great. Send it back. We'll sort it out." And then they got the handpick sorted out for me as well. I think they mentioned it that they're working on the customer service side of things, and that they really do want to actually make sure that everyone gets items that are gonna make them money. So hopefully this gets us some money. I think the next one I do with Bulk is going to be their £500 depop one, so I really hope that goes well. Anyway, now box 3, Bulls jacket. I really like this, I think it's brilliant. This should do well, size L. It's a champion, yep, it's a champion one, old school. So that should do quite well. I really like these, and I know a lot of people, they probably feel the same as well. The starter jackets, it looks quite simple on the front, but then you've got things like that on the back, and then it's not always easy to find a piece like that. And you know what, when you do get one of these, it tends to be like the, you know, one only sort of thing. I love this as well. Again, the Pro Sport jackets, Nike, old school with the vintage tag, size XL. So it's brilliant. It should do well. This one again, it's just the old school Pro Sport. You know what? I forget some of these names. I can't even remember. I mean, this is quite cool. I mean, yellow, black, Reebok. It's quite cool. You know what? I need to check these names out. I'm making a video and I don't even know these teams. It's embarrassing. Again, you've got another one here. It's got a fleece line. A lot of the winter stuff, NFL, and it's got the back print. Again, another NFL jacket. It's got Packers at the back. It's got the front. It's got a really nice mesh as well. That's a size XL. Okay, it's brilliant. I think these lot, when it comes to a lot of American stuff, they do quite well. Again, a lot of people have mixed experience with them. We're quite happy with the things that we're getting. It's yellow. I think it looks quite cool as well, Michigan. Another fleece top, Nautica. A lot of people kind of pass on these, but I think Nautica does quite some colourful stuff as well. It's quite cool. Again, another piece, fleece wise. Another Pro Sport. I think this is sick. I mean, it's got the side prints. It's got the back print. And then I love this one. I think this is really cool. So again, it's old school, white tag. Another Tommy Hilfiger, lightweight fleece. I think that's quite nice again. Got the plastic front. And then we've got a piece here again. I mean, the design is sick. It's got a little mark that we're gonna wash off hopefully. But I mean, they go for around 25, 30 or something like that. Hopefully it will make us a bit of a profit. We've done handpick before, so I went myself and actually went there. Again, time flies. There's a lot of things in there. In terms of spell outs, they tend to go quickly. So it was really difficult to find the 90s piece. Tend to find Pro Sport. The reason why we found a lot of fleece is because we're leaving the winter time and we're coming more towards the summer. So I think that's why, you know, people probably passed out on them. So you might need to counter at the season. So for example, during the winter, maybe you want to go for the summer stuff because you might find really cool pieces, because not many people might go there and do the hand pick on the summer stuff. And then during the summertime, you might pick out some of the winter stuff because not many people look at the winter stuff. And then you tend to find the cool pieces. And I think obviously, you know, ask some questions. If you're not sure, check them out. We had some bad experiences with them, but then obviously they rectified it. And to be honest, I'm going to go back. I will actually try out the depop box and see how that goes. So I'll keep you updated on that. In the meantime, please do check out our depop shop. It's Supreme Vintage. And we also got a shop in Brick Lane as well in the vintage market. So check that out. The culture there is really nice as well, if you haven't been there already. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, one more thing, we actually forget to mention that. I mean, most of the time we put them up as individuals, but we're actually we've got a lot of stock. So we are going to start putting them in bundles. Some of the stuff that I handpick will actually go in the bundles, and then we're going to let you know if it, you know, it's going to be more of like a mystery, not so mystery. So we're going to give you a little snapshot of what might be in the box. And then obviously we're going to price it out similar to other people's bundles, and hopefully it goes well. So make sure you look out for our Depop shop, and check us out on Instagram as well, Supreme Vintage, and then you should probably come across some, and then hopefully it goes well. Take care.